Salute. How y'all doing? My name is DerrickCWilliams. Shout out and respect due to my newest subscriber. Respect due to Funky Blue. I had a revelation last evening. Divine intervention is nigh. And I'm just one man in the comment section on YouTube. The title of this presentation will be called God Has All the Answers. And I will demonstrate it now. I want you to take a look at what we need to do in order to get back to some type of normalcy. And God has the ring of truth in what he says. I want to introduce you to God. All y'all take care. Greenville, Mississippi till I die.
Life in America is changing. Daily life is about to change.
Pandemic has now infected every part of American life. City buildings are half empty, cafes and shops are vacant.
With millions of Americans dealing with orders to stay at home,
social distancing has become the new normal. Shoppers emptied grocery store shelves.
We've obviously shut down about half the U.S. economy.
6.6 million plus people laid off in a single week.
10 million Americans filing for jobless claims in March.
There's anxiety, there's depression.
Federal Reserve Bank of St. Louis, a federal economist, estimated that 47 million Americans could lose their jobs.
Coronavirus, a series of behavioral changes, and most of them are likely to outlive the pandemic.
If you've observed recurring violations of the safer at home order, please continue to let us know. You know the old expression about snitches? Well, in this case, snitches get rewards. We want to thank you for turning folks in and making sure we are all safe.
People are allowed to leave the house only out of strict necessity, and police officers are patrolling the streets and randomly checking on who is outside and why.
A lot of people are kind of almost looking at China with envy, saying, wow, I guess authoritarianism kind of works because they were able to just shut things down, and now the virus.
We're all experiencing this. This is what's unfolding dramatically and rapidly.
Well, I think everyone's lives are almost completely upended. You know, the normal things I do, talking about polio eradication, going into meetings at the foundation, traveling to meet with scientists, that's all gone. When I wake up in the morning, I think, was this a nightmare, or are we really in this almost different world where coronavirus is the top priority?
Where are you spending most of your time? Is it around the virus work?
Yes, that's, our foundation works on infectious diseases. We're the biggest funder of vaccine work. We understand, how to make vaccines in volume.
As you may have heard, billionaire philanthropist Gates, who was hit in the face with a pie once back in 1998, quietly stepped down from his position on the board of directors at Microsoft and Berkshire Hathaway late Friday in March, towards the end before the CV really hit the fan here in the U.S. to, quote, dedicate more time to philanthropic priorities.
Vaccines, and understanding how to make new vaccines, make them in large quantity. That's what we're doing all the time. And vaccines. Our foundation and some other governments did work on some new vaccine platforms that are being accelerated here during this epidemic. We're working closely with the vaccine companies to make the vaccines. They're the ones, although it's probably 18 months or so, they're the ones that can really get things back to where we're not worried about large public gatherings. Probably two of the vaccines will be the ones we go ahead with. It's so important to get not just hundreds of millions, but literally billions of those vaccines, because this is a global problem. Vaccines, and a lot of progress on the vaccine. We've talked to a lot of the agencies, including CDC and NIH, about how we work together on the vaccine. And, our team as experts in vaccines works with Dr. Fauci and his team, and I think we've got a very common message about the work that needs to be done there. How do you connect to the vaccine companies? What money could you advance that would reduce the 18 months that we're having to deal with now? But with the economy, we can bring it back. There will be a point where we have the vaccine and we're going completely back to normal. It will probably be years before you get back to where you were before because of the time. This is a big economic shock, and some things we really will want to be broadly vaccinated before we're not worried about this and it's changing our behavior.